Alright guys, welcome to another episode of An Exclusive on IKtv. I'm of course your host, Jeronnie, Richardson. And here's what we have for you today. Miss West St George 2012. The representative for SVG in Nevis at the Miss Caribbean Culture Pageant 2013. First runner-up in the Miss SVG Pageant Queen Show 2014 that just gone just the other day. And latest placement in the top 5 and best interview in the 53rd annual JC's Queen Show in Antigua and Barbuda that took place on Friday, August 1st of this year. Delving into Vincentian culture, my guest today is Karla Gellizeau. Karla, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good? I'm good. You know, I decided to take it a bit casual today.
Yes, I like the look.
You like it? Oh, okay, thanks. That's nice. Thanks, God. Yes, so Karla, how have things been progressing for you since the Queen Show, Miss SVG?
Since Miss SVG, I've just been living life as usual in beautiful St Vincent and the Grenadines. And because of Miss SVG and because of how well I did in representing my country, I got the opportunity to represent St Vincent at Miss JC's this year. Okay. So that was a great experience for me. Okay,
so before we get into anything else, how about we tell the audience a little something about you, you know, where you come from, where you grew up, you know, a little something like for those who've been hiding under a rock or who missed Miss SVG where every information was given.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm 20 years old. My name is Karla Gellizeau, as Jeronnie said. I'm from Edinburgh. I went to the St. Mary's Roman Catholic School and then the St. Vincent Girls High School and then St. Vincent and Grenadines Community College, Division of Arts, Sciences and General Studies. I love children. My passion is actually helping children. I will be pursuing studies in early childhood education very soon. And I love pageants. Yeah, I really love pageants. I was always an introvert, very shy, very quiet, always kept to myself. But I just love being on stage and I realize that's when I really get to show my true personality, my talent, and just how fun I am.
All right. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I was kind of giving a head nod to some of the things.
Yeah.
And that is because for about a year, I was in class with Karla in community college communication studies. So I just ratting out some secrets outside.
Yeah.
You know,
some secrets that I was shy. Okay, not big secrets, but okay.
Right. Okay. So let's jump the gun and begin now. We're starting with Miss SVG. What exactly was that experience like for you? I mean, you went in intending to being queen.
Yes.
And you end up first runner-up. I'm sure that you enjoyed the gruesome training and exercises.
Oh, of course I did.
Notice I said enjoying. Right. So what was it like for you? The entire period from when you entered to the night of the show.
Okay. Well, I always wanted to one day enter Miss SVG. You know, as a child, you're growing up, as a little girl, you want to just be on stage and be all dolled up. So I said, one day I'll enter Miss SVG. But as I said before, I was very shy. So I just decided to try out different pageants, rural pageants in St. Vincent. And then I said, okay, 2014, this is my year, I'm going to enter Miss SVG. I did so and I realized that it's a lot of hard work, very hectic schedule. You have a lot of expectations from your family, your friends, all of your supporters. And it really was a great experience because I realized that Miss SVG and other pageants is not just about winning. Right. They're not just about winning. Those pageants actually help you to develop yourself, help you to get to know how to interact with persons better, how to communicate better. And it also helps you to be it puts you on a platform where you can be able to shed light on social issues such as child abuse, domestic violence, and so on. And I realized that Miss SVG gives young ladies the opportunity to be a role model and to reach their dreams and just to be a little bit more ambitious and a bit more confident in themselves. Okay, so you mentioned being a role model, right? You've become a public figure in Vincentians' eyes, somewhat, and especially yes, and especially for young females, those who are
shy, but they love the stage, pretty much like yourself. So what advice would you give to any of them who are aspiring to enter Miss SVG?
I would tell them, first off, you have to be very confident. You have to, not that it's not necessarily that you have to have a boldness about you where you're outgoing and you're very loud and people know when you enter a room. No, you can still be introverted, but you must know when to turn that off and be sociable and just go on stage, do what you have to do. So you have to have somewhat of a drive in you. It's more than confidence. You have to have that drive that you want to succeed and you want to just do the best that you can do. So win or lose, you will be happy at the end.
Okay, and for those who have a negative view towards pageantry, or rather they have a family member or somebody who's saying, oh, pageantry is not so good for you, what would be your combating punch?
Pageants are win-win. I love them, and if they weren't beneficial to me as a person, to my development and to helping me aspire to, you know, to reach my dreams and all my goals, then I really would have done away with pageants a long time ago. But I realized that pageants help you to become a better person.
Right.
You have to be mentally strong in order to endure not only one pageant, not only two pageants, but more pageants. You understand? Because a lot, you know, these things aren't easy. Persons would criticize you. All your flaws are on display, but you have to train yourself to just be strong. And in being strong in a pageant, you will be strong in life. You will learn how to just bounce off all those, deflect all those criticisms and deflect what persons want to say about you and just live your life to the best of your ability. And you'll always be happy.
Right.
Yeah.
So pageants sort of makes life's challenges like water on a duck's back. It just runs right off.
Not exactly, but it helps.
It helps.
You know, it helps you to be so much stronger, physically stronger too, I might add, because you have to be in the gym in order to get to your body, not just looking good, but also very, very strong.
And keeping it in shape.
Yes.
Okay, so being an ambassador for SVG, because you have represented St Vincent on regional stages and other wide platforms. What has this experience brought to you? I mean, you're 20 years old and you're representing your country. I mean, this is things that some people are in their 30s and 40s and still dreaming of doing. But you've done this at age 20. What is that like for you?
It was a bit of a challenge because you have so many expectations. You have so much to live up to. But once you have a love for your country, you really will just do your best. And that's all you can do in life. Just try to do your best and that's it. Because I must say that I was overwhelmed by the amount of support I got from Vincentians. While I was over in Antigua, I just felt as though I was at home. I was missing St Vincent and the Grenadines, but every time I was able to log on to Facebook to check my page, I realized that so many persons were behind me 100%, and I appreciated that. So I just said, you know what, St. Vincent is a small island. We don't really participate that much in pageants, so I have to really push myself to just be recognized on show nights, you know?
Okay, so you mentioned about the expectations. Was that in any way a negative hold on you? Because I mean, some persons would say that, okay, because somebody's expecting the world from me, I got all this on my mind when I'm actually on stage or whatever, and it hinders.
It didn't hinder me at all because I just kept telling myself, okay, Karla, calm down, calm down. Like days leading up to the pageant, I said, Karla, calm down. You know what you have to do. Do not be intimidated because all those girls that I participated with were so beautiful and talented.
And
they are the Caribbeans. Thank you. They are the Caribbean's finest. So I was like, okay, Karla, don't be intimidated. Everyone has a different talent. You just come and do what you're supposed to do. And just try to do your best at it. So that's what I did. And of course, I prayed a lot. I said, God, please just keep me calm. Please help me to be so confident. When it's time for the interview, please just help me to speak as though I'm having a conversation, you know? Because sometimes person get intimidated because they think, oh my God, I'm going to die right now with this hard question. I don't want to look stupid. I just try to keep calm the whole time.
Okay, so we're gonna take a little divergent here, and I want a comparison. You've done rural pageant shows. You've done Miss West St George. You've gone to Nevis for the Miss Caribbean culture, right? And you've done Miss SVG and now Antigua JCs. What differences have you seen in all of these pageants? And outside of St Vincent and the Grenadines, how different are these pageants? But first, let's start local.
Okay, so with the rural pageant, I entered Miss Beckway a couple times and Miss Western George, as well as Miss Rural SVG.
Right.
And Miss Unity Youth, I entered those pageants. Those are small pageants in St Vincent, and I just entered them as stepping stones towards Miss SVG because I really wanted to enter Miss SVG and get that scholarship.
So you had the goal pinned.
Yes, so I said, you know what, let me just try these little pageants at first. So those were stepping stones toward the national pageant, Miss SVG.
Right.
And of course, Miss SVG is a lovely pageant. I realize now that I've entered all these different pageants because they take you, they can take you from scratch. You don't really have to have experience. And you shouldn't be intimidated by persons who have prior experience in pageantry because they take you from scratch. We exercise a lot. We do training, we model, we do talent reviews, interview training as well. So they really help you a lot in Miss SVG in terms of pageantry and getting you prepared for pageant nights.
Okay, so is Miss SVG completely different from all the other pageants in St Vincent?
Completely different. You have more time to prepare, and you have it's on a bigger stage, not just physically, but literally and figuratively. It is a bigger stage, right? And you just have to do your best. You're in the pageant for much more than a rural pageant. You're in it for a scholarship, you know.
Right. So you have a big goal to work towards.
Yes.
Okay, so now how is Miss SVG different from Miss Caribbean Culture and the
Miss JCs? Well, the national pageant would be Miss SVG would be totally different from the regional pageants in that you don't get time to prepare as much, I should say, for these regional pageants. And once you land in the country, it's just non-stop outings. It isn't necessarily them telling you how to do a tea stand or how to sit properly or etiquette or stuff like that you would learn in Miss SVG. You understand? They expect you to already be trained, ready to go. You are a queen. You're here to just be perfect on show night. Miss SVG, they take you and they train you and they help you. Right? Okay, yeah. All pageants pamper you, but they really help you a lot to know exactly what it means to be a queen, to act like a queen, and to perform like a queen.
Okay.
These pageants are after you have become a queen because of Miss SVG, you enter there.
Okay, so in Antigua, right? You are an ambassador. Did you get to meet any special person? Like, for example, you were introduced to the Prime Minister or stuff like that?
Yes, I did. I was introduced to the Prime Minister as well as the Minister of Tourism. And that was a great experience for me. I was also introduced to all my lovely competitors. Right. They are so wonderful and they're all queens in their own right and they have so much ambition. And I love to surround myself with those positive people, so that was the best experience ever.
Okay, so and the former queen back then was Miss Dominica.
Yes, Les Lasso. Right. I actually know her from high school because she came here for a while. Right. So she went to GHS a while, so that was great too.
Oh, so you were completely acquainted with your opponent.
Yeah, well, she was an opponent, but yes.
Right. Okay. So
and I knew Miss Guyana from a previous pageant, Miss Caribbean Culture. She entered as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, look at that. Yes. Okay. So when you were there before the night of the show, did you think that you would be placed in the top 5?
I always had that confidence in myself that I would just do great.
Okay.
I really did.
Okay, and you managed to get the best interview. What was that like? What was the feeling like when they announced Karla Gellizeau best interview? What was that like?
I just smiled. I was just smiling because I was just so happy. I'm like, oh my gosh, best interview, wow. I felt so happy because when I first started out in pageants, sometimes I would win. I won Miss West St George, I got
Right.
best interview. Miss Unity best interview, and in Beckway I got best interview as well. And then I was, for the other pageants, I got other stuff, not interviews. So I was like, oh my, what am I doing wrong? So I was so happy when I went to Antigua on this regional stage and I got best interview.
Okay, so I'm writing out another secret. I guess Miss Ballantyne from Community College did a good job.
Yes, she did. Communication studies teacher, she did a great job. As well as Miss Letitia Sandy, my interview trainer for Miss SVG, and Janelle Allen, my chaperone, Miss Annick Francois and Annette Francois as well. They did a great job.
You got the whole family.
Yeah.
Okay. So in returning to St Vincent, you returned on Sunday the 3rd, right? Okay. So when you returned, what was your greeting? How were you approached?
Everyone was just so happy for me. Really, they welcomed me warmly, and I got a lot of messages and posts on Facebook and so on telling me how great I did and that they're so proud of me, and I really felt loved.
Okay, so now we're going to take a little step away now, and I'm putting out my controversial question to you. I mean, you're a queen, and I'm hoping you get best interview right now.
Okay.
So what is your view on fame for young people?
Okay, what is my view on fame for young people?
Yes.
I really would encourage all young persons not to try to become famous, because in doing so, I think that a lot of young persons put themselves in a lot of danger. And they may even try to, partake in sexual immorality, as well as drugs, alcohol, just to be a little bit famous. And it's really not worth it. I think your soul is what is most important. What they should do is something that they love. Do something that you're passionate about. If you love modeling, do that. If you love singing, do that. If you love inventing stuff, do that. Dramatizing, do that.
So then the thing that you love would make the fame.
Naturally, you won't have to try and in so doing put yourself in dangerous positions.
And losing yourself.
And lose yourself along the way, right?
Okay, so we're going to jump back now into pageantry as we're getting close to the wrap-up session. Do you see yourself making a life out of pageantry, as in a living, a career?
A living, a career, okay. I would say that, okay, I'm not going to be doing pageants until I'm 50, if that's what you mean.
All right.
But they really do help you, because you get, for example, with Miss SVG, you can be able to gain a scholarship, and that can set the pace for your career. You understand? Right. Shadisha, she's gaining a scholarship, and I know that, I'm confident that she will make the most of it. So, and as well, other contestants in other pageants, they get monetary rewards, and I know that they will put that towards good use.
Right.
So pageants can set the pace for the rest of your life. So you can make a career out of the little bit that you may earn from a pageant.
Okay, so you're taking everything as a stepping stone to life.
Stepping stone, everything in life is just a learning experience. You take what you can gain a little bit, even if it seems like a little bit and insignificant at first, take it and just build on it. Okay,
so Karla Gellizeau, new famed, new person on the scene, ambassador for St Vincent and the Grenadines. Karla, I'm going to ask you this touchy question, right? If you don't get to make your dream job in child's care, is right?
Early childhood education.
Early childhood education, sorry. What would be your alternative?
Social work.
Social work. Why?
Yes, because if I can't do something that I really am passionate about, I would try to do something that's very close to it. And if I get involved in social work, I will still be able to help as many children as possible, and I'll still be able to assist as many families as possible.
Okay, so Karla.
It's not that controversial. I know you were trying to
I was trying to tie you up a little bit there. Okay, so coming down, this is our very last question, and this is the question that I ask to every person that is coming on this program. At the end of the day, after the interview, after the shows, after the pageant, what do you want people to remember Karla Gellizeau for?
I just want persons to get to know the real me and realize that I am a very genuine person, I'm very loving, I'm very kind, and I want persons to remember me for being a very helpful person. And what I want to do most of all is help others, especially children. So that's what I would hope to be remembered for.
Right. Okay.
I guess. And maybe if I can one day train someone for Miss World or Miss Universe and they win, then yes, I'd like to be remembered for that.
Okay. You just give me another question. Are you intending to go for any of those pageants?
Well, if we really had a franchise for that in St Vincent and Grenadines, and if there was the outlet and if the opportunity arises for me to represent St Vincent and the Grenadines on the international stage in such a great pageant, then definitely I will.
Okay. I would like to believe that she just told you guys that she needs to get the platform, so you guys need to get the thing ready, because she is intending to go and she is willing to go. So hey, a little help here needed.
Oh,
Karla, it was a pleasure having you in studio. I mean, royalty, beautiful, smart, intelligent, and you are an ambassador for St. Vincent.
Thank you.
And it was a pleasure having you in studio.
Okay.
Right. Guys, you've just seen another episode of An Exclusive on IKtv. I'm, of course, your host, Jeronnie. You can follow me on Twitter at Jeronnie_Zilon. And my guest has been Karla Gellizeau. Continue watching IKtv, and we'll see you again.
That it makes me feel, and if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly, because his light, it shines so bright. I won't lie.